You're listening to Cabrina Connolly.
The Irish people have made this huge statement that everybody in this country is equal.
Anthony, listening to that, I'm emotional. How does it make you feel?
Even today, it is quite emotional to listen to. Like, for good and for bad. Like, there's the huge, adulation that we had and ecstasy that we had on the 23rd of May when the results were finalised, but what came before was there's a bit of PTSD, I think, still there about that. So I'm not going to lie about that either. So it's a mixed bag, for sure. Like, but we were the first country to legalise marriage equality through a public vote, and what a thing to do, like what a thing to be part of as well.
Because it was this day that people took to the polls.
Yeah.
And how was the feeling on that day? Can you remember how you felt?
Oh, I can remember every minute of it, and I worked. And the rest of the Yes Equality Louth team worked, tirelessly months beforehand, training up canvassers, canvassing in the doors, getting loads of lovely, comments in the doors and some not so nice. And but that day, the day of the vote, we weren't supposed to be doing any kind of aggressive kind of canvassing because, people had made up their minds by that stage. So we did some more silent kind of standing on the bridge with signs and stuff like that, and standing the Bridge of Peace, and St Mary's Bridge with signs, honk if you're going to vote yes, and that kind of stuff. And I remember, I remember closing my laptop at 10 o'clock that night and just being like, that's it, it's in the hands of the gods now. Do you know what I mean? So, and thankfully it turned out all right.
I mean, even just you bringing us back there, listening to that audio, seeing how impacted you are even today, 10 years on, it shows how much it means, and you're one individual of so many. You may have heard on the news there, awful sad news that Michael Reid, our beloved colleague, has passed away. We have no words. We're all very, very moved at this time, and our condolences to his friends and his family, of course. And I would like to play this song, especially for him. It was one of his favourite songs. It's Bob Dylan's Like a Rolling Stone, and this is especially for Michael Reid. May he rest in peace. You yourself have been affected by this. Can you tell me about the time that it happened to you?
Yeah, so I suppose we had a bit of a journey. We'd been through IVF, we'd had recurrent miscarriages, and then we were pregnant on Liam and Grace, and we had a very positive, good pregnancy, and then it was just an ordinary day in work, and I just went into premature labour, and Liam and Grace sadly were born too soon. I was just 23 weeks pregnant, and my waters broke suddenly, and I found myself in hospital giving birth to Liam and Grace, and being given the devastating news that they were on their way but they wouldn't survive.
Conor McGregor does not represent me. Yes, this went viral yesterday on Instagram after he went to the White House, apparently representing the Irish people. He 100% does not represent me. I know a lot of people. He does not represent you either. And the thoughts that this might be his initiating some sort of campaign to become an Irish president, please, whatever we do, let's not allow that to happen. Try not to be too harsh in pressing that big button on me, will you?
No buzzers, nothing, I promise you.
You're very good. Look, Simon, you're obviously known for being the tough critic. I don't know, this villain persona, I've seen plenty of interviews with you, and I'm wondering, is it real? Because I feel like you're quite an empathetic person.
I am a bit of a softie, actually, Sabrina.
Yeah.
I do get frustrated, when people come in when they can't sing, and because I really don't believe giving people false hope. I've always been honest, because I was on the receiving end of that when I started my career. It was very tough, when I was 17, 18 to get into the music business. But all the good things that happened to me because I met people who really told me straight what I was doing wrong. So I kind of learnt, I suppose, the hard way. So I've always tried to be honest, when I do auditions.
Yeah, and I heard some very inspiring quotes from your parents that obviously stuck with you, from your mother, Julie. manners maketh the man. And your dad saying everyone has a sign on their head saying, make me feel important.
Correct. Yeah, exactly right. Those are the two things I vividly remember from both. I remember where I was, how old I was, everything.
You can't nearly walk down any street without seeing somebody who's affected by homelessness.
Absolutely. And it doesn't take a lot of things to go wrong in your life for you to end up homeless. It's scary how easy it can happen and how quickly, and that's why it does affect people from all backgrounds, all walks of life. So, a few things going wrong in your life in succession, and then you end up homeless. And luckily, with the services involved, you can quickly get back on your feet and get support. So that's really, really good. And that's why it's really important that we help people as early as possible in that.
And I think some people don't realise how simply you can lose everything as well. And it's quite daunting to even fathom that a lot. And families as well. And a lot of families who have been put out of their homes or who have no homes.
Yeah, and there's loads of reasons for that. So, I mean, I would say don't judge people because they're homeless, because you don't know. We have professionals who are homeless. I've got guys who live in our hostel who go to work every morning and they're homeless. So we're working with them to get them over this. This is all transitional, and they will get back on their feet and we'll help them. So, this idea, whatever the stereotype is in your head about homeless people, is wrong. I can promise you that. And we're all very close to it.
As one of the first ministers to get maternity leave, juggling being a mother, being in politics, how is that?
It can be tough, I won't lie. It can be tough, and there's certainly weeks where I'm kicking myself and I'm thinking I haven't been home enough, or I'm gone early because you've early starts, and if you're in the Dáil in the morning, to beat the traffic, because unfortunately we've a lot of traffic heading into town still from Meath. You're gone at nearly before the kids are up. So I'm lucky we have FaceTime now, so I can talk to them during the day if I'm not at home. But it is a juggle, so I always really try and make sure that when I'm home, the phone is off or it's in the corner until they're gone to bed, or that I have that time with them. And certainly at the weekends I really try and make sure we get out and we do something and we go places and make it fun. So but look, I'm no different to be honest, a lot of other mummies and daddies who are trying to get the balance right, and you're working shift nights or late nights or weekends. It's how do you get that balance? So I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels bad on a regular or a daily basis.
Of course, and you're doing your best to be everywhere at all times. That's one of the struggles of being a female, is trying to be everything for everybody, as well as then your own self and your own well-being.
And that's it. I love what I do. So you might feel guilty, and then you think, do you know what? I like my job. I love doing what I'm doing, and particularly in politics, where you feel in so much of what you're doing you can actually have an impact on so many different people's lives, not just your own immediate family. So it's just it's getting that balance and juggling it. But I think if you love what you do, and you're able to get somewhat of that balance right, then that's the most important thing.
And tell me then, how do you look after you? Because your time is packed. I mean, I'm saying, so away from politics, away from the family side of things, how does Helen look after Helen?
I mean, I love music and I love going to concerts. So I would have, before I got into politics, been at something every week nearly, or gone to festivals in the summer.
The newspapers are full of it. The social media is full of it. And you know what else is full of it? Niall O'Brien, welcome to the show. We are talking Oscars.
I'm too tired. I was up all night watching the Oscars. I said I don't need to watch them live, and you said no, I need you in Monday talking about them, and you made me stay up all night watching them live on RTE for the first time in a long time. They were broadcast.
I know. I believe I said or else as well.
Or else, yeah, you did. ... Yeah, exactly.
If you give me a thumbs up emoji, you may as well be giving me the middle finger emoji. That's how I see it. Maybe that's extreme. And I know there are certain times, certain places, certain people, instances, it's just quicker. Right, thumbs up emoji. Right, okay. They didn't mean anything bad by it. They didn't mean anything bad by it. I swear they didn't. But on a whole, anybody who knows me knows that if I send them a thumbs up, it's not a good thing. To hear and see the passion that you have for the Gaeilge, the language, is just wonderful. And what an incredible opportunity these scholarships are.
Oh, Toshid Kihintach, they're brilliant. It's absolutely, people underestimate, I think, the Gaeltacht. Like, it honestly is the best experience ever. It's like 2-3 weeks of just so much crack. You're speaking the language, it comes alive, and it's just so important to talk it outside of school. Like, you get very bogged down in school, you know, it's a lot of poetry and writing, but outside of school there's some cracks we had with Irish, agus kaint an Changa, speaking the language.
Lekela.
Sha Lekela. I live in the Gaeltacht. I'm so grateful for it. So I went to a primary school. I grew up with it. Yeah, I loved it. And me and my friends.
That's an appreciation for it.
Yeah, me and my friends still speak the language outside of school, and it is just, oh, it's the best.
Do you text us, Gaeilge?
Ernta, Tom Katom. From time to time we do. It's hard, but we try to keep it going. But it's just so important. And our school has also like represented for English medium schools. We've been to Croke Park, and we had the honour of representing because we're a really strong school. We really encourage Irish in our school, and I absolutely adore it. I think it's the best.
Grace, I can see it in you. You know, I can see the graw you have for it. It's lovely, really, really lovely to see.
In fact, I started Cabrina.
You did. You did.
I'm one of your early mentors.
So you go down in my record book. So yes, congratulations to you on 25 years ago.
And you on your great job.
Ah, thanks, Mario. If it wasn't for you.
Yeah, so you're up against all these other legends of radio in your time slot. Pat Kenny, you know, Cabrina Connaughey is a huge threat to my ratings. Yeah, all of these legends you're up against.
I know, but I can take it.
You can, yeah. No, cheapers. I know you could take it. No better woman.
PK doesn't mind. It's all right.
He's 76 and you're only about 16 anyway. So
I'm not going to correct you on that one. So 25 years of Gift Grub. I have grown up, spent my teenage years with Gift Grub. When did you first realise that you were good at impressions?
Very early. I was about 5, really 6, and I used to do little sketches and playlets for my grandmother in growing up on the farm in Waterford, and she would be a captive audience. And she was. I've always said people need a champion that believes in them. Mm-hmm. You know, you need somebody really strong that thinks you're great from an early age to give you that kind of almost a kind of a belief. And she was my kind of champion, you know.
I have to ask, can you drive a car?
No, I cannot. Not even L plates.
Not even L plates, but you can fly a plane.
Yeah.
That is very, very impressive. So you have been passionate about flying from a young age. I believe you're the youngest of 4. Tell me what sparked your interest in aviation.
So when I was younger, getting flight simulators, be glued to them all the time, just wanting to get into the actual plane. I was growing up hearing stories of my parents and all their flying adventures, and I was just like, this is something I want to do for myself.
So your mum and dad are pilots?
Yes.
And they have supported you to get to where you are.
Immensely.
Tell me how they've supported you in that.
Most importantly as a taxi driver to get to Navan. But to answer any questions that I ever had, they've been incredibly kind, incredibly supportive. I couldn't ask for better parents.
Mammies in general, I think you tap into it so beautifully, and it's one of those things that, you know, you're scrolling and it scroll and you stop on the mammy reel because you're connected straight away.
Yeah, well, that's the other beautiful response, is that a lot of people aren't lucky enough to have their mom in their life. To have them message you and go, you bring her back into my life for 90 seconds in the day, and even if she was driving you mad, it's still great to have her back, even in that. And then I get people going, are you living in my house? Have you tapped our phone? I get that a lot.
Being on time is not something our family are great at, and anybody who knows us knows this well. When I came along, tell me a little bit about that. Was I due on your birthday?
100% due on my birthday. It was just amazing. When I discovered I was expecting you on the 5th of February, I was so thrilled, because it happened that my mum died suddenly while I was expecting you. And I really, really wanted it to happen, that you would come on my birthday. And you did. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Mum. Don't worry about it. So you actually wanted me to come on your birthday?
Yes, I certainly did, yeah.
This is like therapy now, isn't it? Go on.
It was just very special to me that, having lost my mum, she almost died having me as well. So I was lucky survived. And I felt really privileged to be expecting a baby on my own birthday.
And what a birthday present I was, huh?
Yeah, still are.
Tell me, are you enjoying the sunshine?
It's beautiful, although I'm stuck here in an office, so I'm looking out at it. It's beautiful.
And you know what? With weather this good, you don't really need a lovely holiday, do you?
Oh, I'd love a holiday.
Well, what about all-inclusive Blue Danube River cruise for two?
That sounds fantastic. I've never been on a cruise.
And have you ever had Diamond Standard upper deck luxury cabin accommodation before?
Not something I do every day, no.
Have you been to Vienna, Budapest or Salzburg?
No, I was looking into going to Budapest this year, but I haven't booked anything.
Well,
so I'd love to go next year. That would be beautiful.
Well, Irene, you may not need to book any holiday, because you have just won yourself an all-inclusive 5-star 8-day Blue Danube River cruise. Oh, let's keep it going. Well done, Irene.
Woohoo! Can't believe it. That's brilliant.
You're listening to Cabrina Connolly.